What is happening, guys? So in today's video, we're going to talk about how to leverage LinkedIn outreach, LinkedIn automation, coupled with a really robust cold emailing workflow that you can actually do for yourself, which we talk about in the video, and how to structure it for yourself. But also we talk about how to structure it for clients and offer it as a package for minimum $2,500 a month USD, zero ad spend, very easy to sell. There's a lot of niches and verticals where this is actually extremely more powerful than something like running advertisements. So you definitely want to learn this workflow. If you have any questions about anything I go through in this video, I want you to comment below. Okay. Ask me the question. I'm pretty responsive. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But as always, if you like the content, please like and subscribe and thumbs up as well. If you do want to work more closely with my team to help you get your agency up and running, get your agency structured well, then you're going to want to click the link in the description to get started. We give away all of our snapshots, we give away coaching. There's a lot of things that we can do to help you scale up. So definitely check that out. But nonetheless, please enjoy the rest of this video. And I hope you gain value from it. And I hope you use this and leverage this to scale to the moon. So, as always, my friends, stay positive and we'll see you in the next one. And are you referring more so about running it for yourself or running it for clients as a package?
For both, actually. I mean, I'm doing these sales flow right now, and it does really talk about automation. It just keeps bringing leads, just contacting me like every once in a while. I was just saying, yeah, I'm more interested in getting some leads and whatever, right? So, but why not try to see if I can make some money off it by helping like certain clients, real estate agents, maybe not so much, but maybe like brokers, like agent brokers. I'm thinking like to get agents. I'm thinking.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of verticals. Like you can even so I'll share my screen here. It's a pretty hot product. I mean, at the very height of this, like I want to say 3 years ago, this was like the hottest product ever. We had like I think it was like 130 clients just on LinkedIn automation alone 3 years ago. This was like one of the biggest things we sold. It was like one of the only products we sold. And then that kind of tapered off because the limits changed and you can't send as many messages per month. So, but nonetheless, like that was a limit that was applied to everyone. It wasn't just like, oh, we weren't able to. It was like the whole thing. So they just basically reduced clutter, reduced spam. That's all that happened. And so it still is viable because everyone has the same limits. So, but basically you just need a little bit more volume. So, okay, so let's talk about like package for clients first, because this is like already at the top of my mind. This is something I'm actually closing today, on my calendar. So this package, that we're selling, okay, for clients. Basically what we're doing is we are doing LinkedIn automation, and then we're also doing cold email blasting. Okay, slash dripping, we'll say. Okay, so these two things, it's kind of like an outreach plan. And basically you can, I'll go over each one real briefly, but basically, you can use sales flow, right? The way that we talked about in the program, sales flow. And then the other one, you can use is Dripify. Dripify is also great. And then another one I've used in the past is Zopto. Okay. So those are three that you can use. Try out Dripify if you want. It's a solid one as well. But basically, all they need is a prerequisite. So they'll need obviously prerequisite. They will need Sales Navigator on LinkedIn, which is basically LinkedIn Premium Sales Navigator. And then you just automate it there, pick your targets, and go from there. So, this can work for any vertical. Like the one I'm selling to is basically an HR company. So they're an HR company. What they do is they do recruiting slash headhunting, right? For companies. So what we're doing is we're targeting like CEOs, chief of staff, directors of HR, and we're basically hitting them up saying, we'll get you better talent, use our recruiting services, essentially, right? A little prettier than that, but nonetheless, that's kind of the strategy, right? So that's a general strategy. And then another thing we're doing for them is we're also doing like specific niches, so specific verticals. So we're basically saying, okay, um, they do a lot of accounting recruitment as well. So we're going to be reaching out to accounting firms specifically and hitting them up with saying, we have the best recruits, like accounting recruits, right? So you can do it general, where you're targeting like just in general, like CEOs, chief of staff, directors of HR. That's a very general target. And then we're just basically saying in general, we'll get you better talent, use our services. Here's a good offer, right? You don't pay unless we get you a quality hire. And then the next one we're saying here is like we're hitting up actual accountants and accounting firms like CPAs, accountants, bookkeepers, these types of people, and we're saying, hey, we have better accounting recruits for you. And once again, you don't pay unless we get you the fire recruit, right? So that's kind of how you should look at it. So yes, the answer about like agents to realtors, you can do that too. Like there's endless possibilities. You can do you can even run like the best thing. This is what I love about this tool is like any the leads that you're getting, because remember we have package for clients and then we have your own, right? Your own strategy here to get your clients. So this is for clients and then this is like your own. So the ones that are your own, like what's nice is that you can automate LinkedIn. And what you're doing is you're basically selling these people, right? You're selling them on LinkedIn automation. So like you said you're already getting a couple leads like from this, so you sell them on the same thing. Make sense? And that's what makes the sales process really easy. It's you don't really need to show too many case studies. You don't need to do anything. That's like why I like to run agency ads because I sell a lot of ads, right? So, the people that are signing up via our ads, we're selling them on ads. So like the likelihood of them proceeding is higher. Same thing here, like with LinkedIn, like all the LinkedIn automation you're doing to acquire your own leads, you want to go ahead and sell these leads on basically like this exact same thing. It's like, hey, the exact way we got on the phone, that's the exact way I'm going to get people with you on the phone, right? You flip the whole thing on its side. They're not going to need many case studies if that's the case, and they're also going to proceed at a higher rate because like it's already worked on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but nonetheless, like back to this package, right? This here you want to do the LinkedIn automation. Do you have any questions about this part here?
So there you have to pay Salesforce, like there's different package or sort of package you have to pay with them to be able to manage other people's accounts, correct?
Yeah, so it's going to be per account that you pay.
Yeah.
So what would happen is in terms of the breakdown of costs, so the client that you're servicing, client pays sales nav,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you pay sales flow slash automation tool, right? Because you don't want the client to know what tool you're using.
Of course. Yeah.
Because as soon as the client knows, hey, I know he's using Salesflow and they see how easy it is, it's like drag and drop. You just like click it and automate it, and that's it. You let it chill. Um, they're just going to do it themselves and cut out your $1,000 a month or whatever they're paying you.
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically, you want the client paying for their own LinkedIn premium because you're not going to cover that for them. And then the other thing is you just pay let's just say you charge $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month. You're going to actually go ahead and you're going to have this like tool within that $1,000 a month you're collecting. You're just paying for that tool yourself, right? And then you just need to manage the billing correctly, right? So client pays this month. Okay, great. I'm going to pay sales flow this month. Like make sure the billing is like accurate. If the client didn't pay this month, then you cut the sales flow subscription, right? You don't want to pay it for them, right? So that's kind of the flow in terms of payments. Now, cold email needs to happen alongside this because LinkedIn limits are, I believe, anywhere between 20 to, or including in mails, 20 to about 50 a day is what you can send on the max level from my last time checking. And that's outbound messages, right? So and this is like in mails and direct like organic messages. So still fire, right? Still fire. If even if you get a 1% success rate, that means every 100 messages you're basically getting one lead, right?
Yeah.
So that means every 2 days. Because if you're doing 50 a day, then every 2 days you sent out 100, then perfect. You have one lead every 2 days. So that's pretty much 15 leads a month that you can generate off of one LinkedIn account. Okay. Which is great. Great. It's not bad at all. You want that kind of remember, this is a strategy you set up once and you just let it sit. Okay. So that's how you're gonna do it for your own account. Okay, you just set it up once, load in a bunch of people into the account, target CEOs, make an offer, make a guaranteed leads offer, or you don't pay unless XYZ offer, and then people just inquire. It's not make it a no-brainer offer, right? If you make it a no-brainer offer, you're gonna have much more success. You might even have 2% success, and you might get two leads every 100 messages. You might get one lead a day. That's 30 leads a day, a month, right? Which is great. So it depends on how juicy and bold the offer is. Will depend on how well this performs, but nonetheless, it's fantastic, and you can get very detailed targeting with LinkedIn, very detailed. Now with cold email, it's a similar process because a portion of these 20 to 50, maybe like 10 or so, or 15 of them will be in mails. In mails sent to the LinkedIn inbox, but they also send to the Gmail inbox, like the email inbox. So you'll get a couple emails that go out as well. But really, this is a whole different workflow here. This, you're using a couple different tools, which I'll explain. And these you also pay for yourself. So this is the breakdown. So you'll need GoDaddy for this. Client pays. Okay. And then you're going to need Instantly.ai. And this is your cost. You're paying for this. It's the same thing as this, right? Client pays for sales nav. You're paying for the sales flow, the automation tool, the backend tool that does the shit, right? Here is the exact same thing. Client pays for the domains because you're basically going to purchase domains, right? So client needs a GoDaddy account. It needs to buy, for example, and I'll break down the domain strategy. It's kind of like think about it like this, right? The way we're doing our domains is like the client would pay for brand new domains. So they'll buy roughly 5 domains to start. These are typically like, anywhere between $1 a domain to like $15 a domain. Okay. Basically what's happening here is they're buying domains that look like this. So variance marketing .com. That's my main domain. I'm just using this as an example, right? Variancemarketing.com would be like my main domain. And I don't want to use this domain to send cold emails because my deliverability is going to get fucked and all my emails are going to start to go to spam and like all this kind of shit, right? So I don't want to do that. So what am I going to do instead? I'm going to buy variancemarketing.co, right? I'm going to buy .org, right? I'm going to buy, dot whatever. Dot, it doesn't even matter. Variance marketing ca um what are some other ones? Dot shop,
Yeah.
dot online. It doesn't matter. So you basically buy variations of your company domain. So we're gonna call this, the first step will be like branded domains is what we're calling this here. Okay. So they buy 5 branded domains, and then they can also buy the next type of domain would be like what they offer. So I could say, like, for example, the domain I could buy is like, let's just say I sell to mortgage agents, right? So I can make a domain called mortgageclients.com, right? Or mortgage clients, .ca, or .org or whatever, right? So it's not my company. However, it's the exact thing that I bring them, mortgage clients. See what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and these are called branded domains. And then these here are called, we'll just call them, we'll make our own name for them. But these are called service domains, we'll call it. Okay. Or no, we'll call these actually outcome domains. So basically you buy domains that are the outcome of what you offer, or you buy domains that are just variations of your brand. And that's on behalf of yourself or your client. Like if you're doing cold emailing for yourself, this is how you would do it for yourself. If you're doing cold emailing for your client, it would be the exact same thing. Like whatever her brand is, this is an HR company, whatever her brand name is. We'd put that there and do the same thing, .org, .ca, whatever. get buy those. She would buy those domains in her GoDaddy account. And then you're just connecting those to Instantly.ai, which is your cost. And this is a tool that allows you to basically automate cold emails. And it does the warming for you. So you connect each domain one by one to Instantly. You can have unlimited domains in Instantly. And it's going to warm up the domains. Oh, sorry, I left out a step. So not only do they need to buy the domains, but they also need to create a Google Workspace account for each domain, which means like like Google. You heard of Google Workspace, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, they'll need to create a Google Workspace account for each individual domain. So that's why I said start with 5 domains because it can get pricey, all these software costs, right?
Yeah.
If they start with 100 domains, then yeah, they're gonna have to pay for 100 domains, and they're gonna have to pay like 100 workspace accounts, right? So it's a lot. But nonetheless, start with 5. They can get 5 domains and then 5 workspace accounts. Each workspace account just needs one user, which is basically $25 a month. Okay. So if they're running 5 domains, then they are paying $125 a month for just workspace accounts. Okay. And this would be if it's 5 domains running. Okay. You still with me? Everything makes sense, right? At this stage, are there
Yes.
any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay, perfect. So GoDaddy, once again, to reiterate, GoDaddy, we're getting 5 domains. Okay. Clients paying for those, and those are one-time purchases. They have a renewal every year. It's like $14 a year or something like that, but it's the amount they'll make from it is worth it. So, um, you know, let's just say $14 a domain times 5, that's 60, 80, whatever bucks. And then the next thing they're paying for is Google Workspace, one user at a time per domain. So, .co, .org, .ca, .online, they all get separate Google Workspace accounts, and it's just for one user at a time. So, and then typically Workspace is charging like $25 a user. So you'd be paying $125 a month going forward, assuming they're doing 5 domains. Okay. Now, what Instantly is what you'll pay for. It basically it sends the cold emails for you. And basically you connect these solutions, you connect Workspace and the domain itself to Instantly. And then it will do all the warming for you. So it'll start sending like 5 a day, then it'll start sending 10 a day, then it will start sending 15, 20, whatever. It warms it up so that you're not like your domain is not screwing up. Because if you start sending 100 a day right out the gate, boom, you're going to be hitting spam and promotion folders and things like that. You don't want that. You want this shit to hit the inbox.
Yeah.
So, anyways, another thing to be wary of when doing this is like um the you got to list check. So you have to obviously upload a list, which gets into our next stage, which is the data side of things, right? You have to check the list before you load the list into Instantly. You don't just load a shit list into Instantly. You need to list check, which means, so for example, you can go to, for example, like email list checker. Okay. And there's a bunch of free ones that can just do it. Like, for example, bulk email list verifier. This is one, I don't know if it's free or not. I've never used it, but basically it will just determine if it's going to be a spam, if it's going to bounce, right? If you send, like, once you build your list. So let's just say you have this list here. You have a fat list of emails, whatever. Before you send out the emails into Instantly and start using your domains you just bought. You don't want to waste these domains because we just paid for them, right? So you got to check them, first. Check, you upload the list into an email list verifier. There's tons of them. There's Never Bounce. There's this one. There's millions of these. And it's going to check all this shit here to make sure that there's no bounces, there's no syntax problem, there's no errors, there's nothing that's going to happen with starting to send emails. Because even if you are sending only 5 a day, if you're sending them to emails that bounce and that, whatever, don't hit the verified requirements, then you're going to start to hit spam nonetheless. So you want to first check the list and then load the list. So we said checklist. You can use never bounce for this. This is one I actually have used. Or you can just search up, email put the keyword here, email list verifier or email list checker, etc. Right? Type those into Google, and then you'll be able to find tools that do the exact same thing. So before you actually start sending the emails, check the list. Make sense? We're still good at this point, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, how do we get the list? Right? That's the next question. How do we get the list? And how do we get the list in an efficient way where you can offer this as a package, see, to clients, right? Because how I get my list is I have a freaking data miner, right? I pay this guy, right? He's building me a list every day. So like I don't want to do that and hire a data miner for my client. Now this package is starting to get expensive. Now I have to start managing more people, all this bullshit, right? I don't want to have to deal with that, right? So how do I get lists, right? For I still have to pay for them, of course, but how do I get lists that are predictable, easy to get, right? Don't need to hire a data miner. You know what I'm saying? Don't need to manage more people and make this complicated, right? It's already complicated as it is to get the domains and then set up the workspace and then set up the instantly and then check email lists and things like that. We're already at a complicated situation, right? So to add more complication, um, will suck, right? So the question is, how do we get the list? Okay, that's the question. Okay, this is the golden question. There's a couple ways we can do this. Okay, we can get a Lucia subscription. Let's go over that right now. So Lucia, this is Lucia right here, Lucia pricing. Okay, so this is Lucia. So you get unlimited emails. They have their own database. You're paying for their database, etc. Okay. You get unlimited emails. You're just using this for emails. You pay 36 bucks a month. And then that will get you unlimited emails, right? You can get also more. You don't need any of this other shit like uh any of the other stuff. So I would just get Pro, and I would get unlimited emails, and then now you're just pulling emails based on search queries. Okay. So we talked about Lucia, right? Which is over here as an option. Lucia subscription. Okay, easy, 36 bucks a month. And here's the thing, you want to be testing lists as well. So you don't want to just be like, all right, I'm gonna go with Lucia and that's it. I'm going balls deep into Lucia and that's all I'm doing. You know, I'm just committing to that, right? No, that's not how this shit works. You have to like test lists and you have to like make sure it works for your client, right? So, anyways, Lucia subscription is one way you can get lists. Easy peasy. You just get a subscription and you can just pull unlimited emails from the shit. The next way is Apollo. This is the way I use. Okay. A lot of people, uh, you know, can use this, cannot use this, but this is what I'm using. So like, let's go over here and just go to Apollo pricing for a second. I'm gonna explain to you why I have a workaround. Anyways, this is the pricing. So Apollo gets you unlimited email credits for $79 a month. The difference between Apollo and Lucia is that Lucia is its own database. Okay. Um, Apollo is not real. Yes, it is its own database, but really it sits on top of LinkedIn, right? So if I go to LinkedIn like this and I go to like literally any profile, I'll just hit up, I don't know, let's just go to one of these random ones we see here. Boom. Okay. So I'm on this profile here. Let me click on this profile. Great. So now you see Apollo just popped up. See that on the left? So
Nice.
Apollo sits on top of LinkedIn, okay? And it's using LinkedIn to mine data for the most part. So it's getting people's personal emails. Um, it's getting people's personal emails. So here is his email. This is the email that he's used to set up this LinkedIn account. Okay. 9 times out of 10. Okay. So I like that data a little bit more because it's most likely an email that they're actually using, right? So, anyways, professional is 79 bucks a month, which is the one you're going to need for unlimited email credits. Okay. And so this is just to go over this again. Lucia subscription. We have Apollo subscription. Okay. This one is 79 or whatever a month. Okay. A little bit more, but I think has better data. But you guys can test both, doesn't matter. Now, the other thing I'll tell you is that you can pull pretty extensive like lists. So I'm not even paying for Apollo. I'm on the free version right now because the way I do it is a little different. I don't want a monthly sub. You can get a monthly sub, pull unlimited emails and be completely fine. But I don't want just emails. I want mobile numbers. The problem with Apollo is they charge you up the ass for mobile numbers. So for example, 5,000 mobile numbers, okay, is 700 a month. That's ridiculous, right? 200,000 mobile numbers is 20 grand a month. See what I'm saying? But they have good mobile numbers. So they actually get good mobile numbers. So anyways, this like I'm using Apollo free because I have a separate tool that I use to actually pull my lists from Apollo. So you base and this is a hack that I'm going to show you that 90 fucking percent of marketers do not even know exists. 95, 6, 7, 8%. No one knows about this shit. You're getting very niche information that I'm about to give you. So, anyways, we talked about Apollo subscription. This is a great way. Remember, we're just talking about cold emailing here. So the Apollo subscription will work on its own because you're getting unlimited emails for $79 a month. So that will work by itself, right? So actually, this is probably a better solution than what I'm about to tell you. It's going to be cheaper, but nonetheless, like if all you're doing is cold emailing, then this is going to be the one you want to go with, right? The Apollo subscription for 79 a month. But once again, I don't have an Apollo subscription because I'm pulling lists separately because I don't just use my list for cold email. I actually call them. We do cold outreach as well. So anyways, so now I need mobile numbers. Now, how am I going to get mobile numbers if they're so expensive? Right? I don't pay this shit. I'm not paying, 5,000 mobile numbers, 700. I'm not doing that. So what I do instead is I go here. And this is a tool that I'll drop in the chat in a minute. But before I do that, I'm going to explain it to you. So this is a tool that's like a hidden tool that Apollo doesn't know about, and if they knew about, they'd get very pissed. But basically, how it works is you fill your details. So I'll fill my information. Press OK. You, I don't, I just want a one-time list. So this is me buying a one-time list from Apollo. So I'll show you how we do it. So you go one-time list. Then I go into my free Apollo account. Okay. I go search. Okay. I'm going to search for people. Type in, let's just say, who do I want to hit? I want to hit marketing agency. Let's just say, right? Okay. This is giving me all these people, right, that are working at agencies, marketing agency, agency. These are travel agencies in there. So I'm going to take that out. So I'm going to say, marketing agency. We'll go boom, exact match. There we go. Oh no, travel still in there.
Well, digital marketing.
Yeah, here's what we'll do. We'll go 1 second. Location, United States. And then we are going to do marketing agency. This looks fine. Marketing agency owner. Yeah, this is fine. Honestly, give or take, maybe some of them are shit that come in the list. That's fine. Anyways, majority of these are marketing agencies, which is good. So here's 11.2 thousand people with this keyword. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on 1 second. I'm going to click enter. Sorry, we're going to change this. My bad. We're going to go to job titles instead of the search at the top. And here we're going to say marketing agency, enter. So this gave me, so this means it's going to be in their actual job title, the word marketing agency is in there, and I'm going to build my list through this process. So now I'm going to type in SMMA, and now it just jumped even farther. I'm going to type in, we're going to type in as well CEO, but CEO, we're going to do industry. We're going to add marketing and advertising. Right. And we're going to take away, let's see how this affects our list. Okay, US marketing advertising CEO. 1 second. Founder. So you can test many lists and do this all this way. But let's just say I'm not gonna go like you'd build a list, right? You want your list to like 50,000 people, right? But you know, let's just do this in an easier way. So we'll remove industry and we'll just put here. What's that filter over there? Okay. We're gonna put in location, USA. And we're gonna go job titles. Just using another example. Your clients probably won't even be targeting marketing agency owners, but let's just say we're targeting realtors, just to make it easier. Okay, a realtor. Okay, now you have a list of 400,000 people, 400,000 realtors in the US. Come here, type in real estate agent as well. Now it's 500,000. Now we're gonna type in
Real
realtor.
estate,
Yeah,
real
that's
estate
fine.
broker might be another.
Yeah, you can do real estate broker. That's fine as well. Broker. Basically you build a list. Okay,
Yeah,
so with job titles.
yeah,
Okay, and only thing you need is job titles and locations. That's it. So now this list is 600,000 people. I need to get this list around to 50,000. That's the goal. Because remember, I'm paying for this list, so I want to, so I can go here and use these other things to actually go ahead and basically like filter this further, right? So I can say, okay, let's see what email status is. Email status likely to engage, right?
nice.
Let's see how that affected us. Perfect. Now we're at 40,000. See?
Yeah,
Okay. So now I'm going to go back to my list here, 40,000. Here we go. So these are all the people that are likely to engage that are real estate agents that are in the USA. So all I do, and this is a hack. Remember, this is a free Apollo account. Um, I come here, I take this URL at the very top, just like that, copy, paste into here. Please share the complete Apollo search URL. Boom, there it is. Okay. Okay. Identify the scrape. We're going to say realtor underscore USA underscore likely to engage. This is for our own purposes. Likely engage, we'll say. This can be anything, but this is how we do it. So, anyways, you click OK, and here's the price. So now, because this is a list of 40,000 people, let's see, 40,000, right?
yeah,
We're gonna go with the 40,000 option, which is 120 bucks. So instead of me paying, remember, if you're doing this on behalf of clients, once again, and you're just doing cold emailing, then yes, Apollo subscription makes more sense because you get unlimited leads. And all you need are emails for this, right? So that's fine. But if you're doing this strategy for yourself, right? If we're doing the cold emailing, right? Cold email workflow for yourself, then I would recommend you buy lists how I showed you. Okay. Because this way, when you export the lists, Why are we doing it like this? Because you also get phone numbers, which is like important. And then you load those phone numbers into your CRM. Now you can cold email these guys, but then you can also call them, right? So it's like, and how much would you pay for a data miner anyways?
Yeah.
Right? For a data miner to build you a fucking list, like look at this data miner. He's working right now. Okay. He's literally grinding right now. And he's building a list right as we speak. You see? So for him to go one by one, it's taken him all of March. Look, you just put one entry in there. It's taken him all of March to get to 7,000 contacts. And I'm paying him $300 a month. So to build a list of 7,000 leads takes literally 30 fucking days, and you're paying 350 anyways, right? To get this done. So this way, at least you're pulling a list for $100. It's $120 US, right? But you're getting 40,000 contacts, and you're going to have phone numbers. Not all of them will have phone numbers, but a lot of them will. Like maybe 10, 20,000 of them might have phone numbers.
Yeah.
So I prefer going this way, and basically you select your option. You're like, okay, my list is 40K, so give me the 40K option. You put your card number in and you submit. Within 12 to 24 hours, you'll get an email from these guys saying, here's your list, download it, right? And then you just download it, download the CSV, upload to your CRM, go ahead and check it and verify it in, we said, don't put it into instantly until it's verified, right? Until you check the emails. You can go check the emails quick. The ones that come through as verified, you put those into instantly and you can start your cold emailing while you're also starting your cold outreach, right? Okay. So that's the approach. So how do we get the list? We said here, Apollo subscription. This is for clients, but I'll say here, if it's for yourself, then use the we'll call it lead bird, which is the tool, right? But the tool, I'll drop it here. And I don't make any money on this, but I use this every day. Leadbird.io. Leadbird is a cold email agency. That's what they do. They're an agency. Now, how are they able to get you these lists? They're able to get you these lists because they have I'm pretty sure they have a pretty lengthy Apollo sub. Like they're paying the whatever 5K a year or 10K a year, 20K a year. I don't know how much they're paying Apollo, but they're paying a lot to Apollo, right? So and they already have a bunch of emails and whatever, right? So you're basically just paying for them to use the same URL, which is this one here that we pulled from our list. Okay. They're going to put this URL in their Apollo account, and then they're going to go ahead and export using their Apollo account, which will, allow them to pull via credits and all these different things. Make sense? That's kind of what's
Good,
happening here.
good business model there too by itself.
Yeah, exactly. You can even do the same thing yourself. Like if you're, I don't know if you're, I personally don't. I mean, you could pay the whatever 5, 10, 20K a year and then start offering marketing agencies unlimited Apollo credits. But I don't know. It's like a whole different rabbit hole, but
Yeah,
you get the idea. Does this strategy make sense to you guys?
me it does.
Okay, good. So yeah, so basically this is exactly what we're going to be doing for this client, like that's paying today. We're for 2,500 a month USD. We're basically setting up their LinkedIn automation. We're gonna use most likely Dripify. I know in the course we talk about um sales flow, but we're gonna be testing Dripify. I've heard good things about Dripify. So for this client, we're gonna be testing this tool, Dripify. Never used it, but heard great things about it. We're gonna be testing this out, and then it looks like this is daily quotas. Perfect. So you can send more. All right, looks like these guys are able to send even more than sales flow, which is good. And yeah, you can what's this? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna want this one. You're gonna want the 79 a month.
Yeah.
If you're going to use Dripify. And then yeah, you pay this on behalf of the client. So like 2,500 a month. So like let's break down the deal, right? They're paying me $2,500 USD a month, okay, times 3 months is what they're paying for this.
Yeah.
We are that's a total of what, 7,500 US, 7,500 US, yeah. 7,500 US, my cost, okay, if I'm using Dripify, I'm going to be paying 79 times 3, okay? If I'm using Apollo and Leadbird, I'm going to be buying maybe 1 to 2 lists max, right? So that's $120 times 2. And what else do I have? Yeah, the rest I'm paying for instantly, but I already do that, but and nonetheless I'll be paying for instantly. I'll set up a new instantly for them. So yes, I'll actually be paying instantly times 3 months. And instantly we'll tell you the cost now. Instantly is unlimited email accounts. You're gonna need you're gonna need this one. Hyper growth, $77 times 3. So that's $77 times 3 months, right? So basically, I'm looking at a total cost of 120 times 2. That's 240, 240 plus 231. And then plus whatever that was. I think it was 450. All right. So your total cost is $687, and you're making 700 $7,500 US.
Nice.
So profit on that deal, it's like pretty much $6,800 USD.
And
Good
what I
deal.
love about this is that you're not relying on ads or anything. Like, there's
Yeah,
no like complaining, oh, we don't have enough, where are the leads? This is totally different because it's like different type of outreach altogether.
exactly. And another thing you can do on top of this, if you really want to get your client like loving you, you can upsell them. Okay, you can upsell them mid-cycle. I'm gonna put the upsell actually here. You can actually upsell them mid-cycle. Like let's just say you've done month one, they've got a bunch of leads, they're whatever. Maybe they got 30, 40, leads or something at that point. They'll understand the service, right? But then you can be like, all right, you want to ramp this up? Let's do this. I'm going to upsell you another 1,000 a month. Okay, 1K a month. So the total will equal 3,500 a month for the remaining months. And this will get you from 7,500 for 3 months to 9,500 for 3 months. If you upsell them in month two, at the beginning of month two,
Yeah.
you'll turn the total deal to almost 10K. And how you do it is you basically hire SDR and you say, we're going to start calling. Because if you're pulling, like once again, if you're pulling lists like this, Paulo Liebert, you're going to have numbers.
Yeah.
Call. So you can be like, look, I'm mining. You don't have to tell your clients how you're building the list too. You can say, I mine this shit, right?
Yep.
You can like, how do you justify the 2,500 a month? You can be like, all right, well, I'm data mining, I'm setting up the outreach, we're manually sending all the email. They don't need to know how it works, right? Um, and the only other thing I want to mention to you about this emailing shit, and this is important, because you're using multiple domains, right? You must go to Gmail settings in each email, right? And you must set up forwarding address for all inbound replies. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, anytime someone replies to any of the outreach happening in these emails, in these, these domains you bought, anytime a lead replies, right? You'll see it in instantly, right? You'll see the reply and instantly when you're in here, like the reply will come in here and you'll see it. But you want your client to see it. And because you're paying for instantly, only you're seeing the replies, but you want your client seeing those. So what you do is inside those emails, you set up a forwarding filter. So, and I'll quickly show you how to do that. Basically, this is how it would work. So you go to settings, all settings, like that. You go to filters. You can do it in a couple ways, forwarding, whatever, but you can do filter and go create new filter and say if the email, okay, is to, right? Let's just say the email you created was your email, right? So let's go back to this example. If the email is to, for example, avi at variancemarketing.co or avi at mortgageclients.com, right? Whatever that domain is, the email you created, the workspace user, right? You're creating that email. Whatever that email is, you come here and you go to, put that email in, create filter. So anything coming inbound to that email is going to be applying to this filter. You go create filter, and then you go forward to, and then you put add forwarding address. You put your client's email. So now any inbound email to that email address is going to automatically hit the client.
Yeah.
And that's all you got to do. You set that up for all 5 of the domains you buy. Well, that's it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And so that's your cost. Here we have client cost, which is, we'll say $80 for 5 domains. And then we have $125 a month for workspace users. And then we have sales nav, 60 to 80, depending if you're talking CAD or USD a month, right? Sales nav is 60 to 80 a month. And remember, this is your client's cost. So on top of this 2,500, they're paying this shit here. $80 a year. A year. It's only 1 year. It's like, I mean, if you retain them for a whole year, then yes, that will renew as a cost. But really, it's just $80.
Yeah.
And then 125 a month for workspace users. And then sales nav. Yeah. So yeah, they're paying like a $200 a month to get this rolling. And then they're paying you another 25 to 3,500 a month to get this rolling. It's a good package. You guys could definitely sell it. Um, and it's like everyone's selling ads and things like that. So if you guys sell this, it'll be good.
Yeah, I'd love to get away from like the ads and do something more that, just it's intricate and it's not easy for them to put it together and, it's profitable.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say like if you're doing lead gen packages, you can be like making different packs, right? So pack 1, and then you get like pack 2, pack 3, right? Pack 2, and then pack 1 might just be what we talked about, right? So LinkedIn plus cold email or cold outreach, right? That's your pack 1, and then pack 2 can be like LinkedIn cold outreach plus ads, right? And then pack 3 can be like uh say cold email. Say cold email. We'll say cold outreach. So this includes cold calling. And then ads can be like multiple platforms, right? Something like that. Okay. So that can be like your packs, and you can just sell it like that. And then this one's whatever, 2,500 a month. This one's 5K a month, and this one is 10K a month, however you want to do it. And then you can just sell like that. But up to you how you want to do it.